Okay, so basically you were a victim of particularly two situations. One being you called the police, they showed up here, and you were treated very badly.
Correct.
Now, what was the name of the police department that you called? Stewart County Sheriff's Office?
Yes.
Okay. And why did you call them?
The guy next door told me that he saw someone in my yard.
Okay.
Yeah, and I had two burglaries already.
And did the police show up quickly?
I
mean, how long did it?
About 10 minutes.
Take them about 10 minutes. Okay. And what was the name of the deputy?
Murphy.
And did he come to the house or did you meet him outside?
I met him outside.
Okay. And what was the exchange?
Well, I had called a friend over and showed him the fingerprints. And I told him just wait with me until, the cop get here. And so he did, and when the cop came, I told him he could leave. I can handle it from here.
So you changed your mind, you don't need police services anymore?
No.
Okay.
That was my friend. After the cop got there, I told him he could leave.
Oh, you told your friend. Okay, I get you. Okay, go ahead.
And then after he left, the policeman started, his whole demeanor changed. And I told him, I said, well, he says, who is that? I said, sir, I didn't call you here for that. I said, I called you here for another reason. Well, I need to know who that was. I said, I tell you what, you can just leave. And then he said, well, I can lock you up for obstruction of justice.
Okay.
And I said, who justice? I said, what have I done?
Okay, so basically, somebody tells you there's somebody suspicious in your yard.
In my yard.
You call the sheriff's department. 10 minutes later, deputy shows up. The person you were with leaves. He wants to know who that person was. And basically, you decided, never mind, I don't need any police services. You can leave now.
Correct.
And then he threatens to arrest you.
Correct.
Okay. And did you file a complaint with the sheriff's department?
Well, a lot took place in between that.
Okay. What happened after that?
After that, after I told him to leave, and I told him, and he told me he can lock me up for obstruction of justice. And I said, well, who justice? And then I said, well, I tell you what, let me go get my pocketbook. So when I went in to get my purse, what I had planned to do was to close my door and lock it and not let him in. And, and I just go on
and he has not at that time placed you under arrest. He was threatening to arrest you. Okay. And you decided, I'm going to go inside. Okay, then what?
So I said, I'm going to get my purse. And he said, okay, and I was going to lock the door. Then I said, well, he got a gun. He might kick the door down or anything could happen. So I said, well, I better get my purse and go on back out. So when I got my purse, I said, sir, I'm not going. Then he started pulling on me.
Did he place you under arrest at that time?
No, he started pulling on me.
Okay.
And I said, sir, I'm not going anywhere. And then so he said, yes, you are, because you're going to tell me who that was. And I don't know why he was so persistent on knowing who that was, because, see, that wasn't even important, who that was. So when we went on around the side of the house, and I said, sir, I'm not getting in your car. Then he started pulling on me again. So I walked around the house, and he was steady walking and pushing before I realized that he had pepper sprayed me. That was when I ran. Then he ran after me. So I think he slipped.
Go ahead. And so basically the sheriff mortified the conduct of the deputy.
Yeah, and they fired him the same night.
And they fired him, okay. And then you wanted restitution for your medical bills and your pain and suffering, right?
Correct. And
okay.
for his the way he handled me, the kicking and the hitting me in my back. I mean, he treated me like an animal.
Okay. Now, did you hire an attorney?
Yes, I did.
And what was his name?
Gary Parker.
Gary Parker. And what law firm does he work at?
I think he works independently.
Okay, so and where is he?
He's in Atlanta or Ladonia. That's in the Atlanta area.
What part of the city?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so, and you hired this attorney because you wanted to seek compensation for damages and loss and pain and suffering. And overall, are you satisfied with the work that he's done for you?
He hasn't done a thing.
He hasn't done a thing. Okay.
No.
How much did you pay him?
Well, he got a little here and a little there, but he wasn't supposed to get paid until after.
Did he agree to represent you on contingency? Meaning that he will collect the money from the settlement at the end?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you end up paying money out of your pocket.
Yes, I
Can you
did.
guess overall how much you think you paid?
No.
In the thousands? The tens of thousands?
Wasn't that much.
Less than 10,000? Is it more than 5,000?
No, it wasn't even 5,000. It wasn't really that much.
Just a few $1,000s, okay. And you say he did absolutely nothing?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
How many times now when did you file or when did you hire him?
He came by my house.
When?
It was, let's say, about a month or two after the incident.
And what would that date be?
April. It was in April. I think April, May, somewhere along in there.
What year?
Oh, it was 2000. I'm not sure.
2 years ago?
Sure. Maybe 2 or 3 years ago.
2010, 2011. Okay. And how long did he represent you?
Up until about a month ago.
Okay. Let's see. And what happened to cause him to not represent you anymore?
I think he was looking for just an easy fix or easy way out, and it didn't happen that way.
He was looking for a settlement, and was it the sheriffs wouldn't settle, or?
I think it was the insurance company.
Insurance
I'm not
company.
for sure.
And did he offer to file? I mean, he filed a lawsuit. Why didn't he take it to the trial?
I have no idea.
Did he explain why?
No, because I wanted to go to trial.
Okay. All right. What I'll do, let's call Mr. Kamau. Okay, maybe he's on a different phone. Let's just double check. With the client right here, Ms. Wells, and I just wondered if Mr. Kamau was available.
You need to call Mr. Kamau Kamal's number right now.
Okay.
He's on that line.
He's available now because I just got off of there and he didn't answer, so I didn't know if he was busy.
Hey, tell him right quick and tell him that you have the client and you need him. Hey, tell him.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, bye. All right, anyways, let me... Just to let you know, I had the client with me. I'm trying to get a hold of you. We'll continue from here. Now, would you like to talk to the attorney with us present and see what he has to say, what the reason why he's no longer representing you, and get an explanation of why he did what he did?
Yes.
Okay. And here's what we'll do. I have specific instructions from Mr. Kamal. Hold on. We may have him. This is Mr. Miller.
Hello, Mr. Miller. This is Ms. Jackson here. Mr. Kamal is out in the field right now, and he's not getting any reception. He did tell me, and his phone is completely out. So my question to you is there anything you need me to record so I can convey to him once he gets here? And maybe you should just sit tight and give him at least a few minutes when he can call into the office, okay?
He can call in at his convenience. The matter's under control. I just conducted an interview on camera with the client, and I'm going over the instructions that Mr. Kamal has given me prior to my arrival.
Oh, I see. Well, do me a favor, continue to do that with what was instructed to you by Mr. Kamal, and call in when you get close to wrapping it up, so maybe then he'll be within a place where he's not, where he can get some reception.
Okay,
So
I'm on the wrap up right now. I'm just going over our itinerary for the field investigation.
Got it. Okay then, Miller. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks. Bye. Okay, so he's not available right now. All right, this is the instruction Mr. Kamal has issued, that we go to the attorney's office, and we'll need to get the address for the attorney, and we'll do that tomorrow. Are you available tomorrow?
After 2:30.
After 2:30? Okay. Let's see. And then we pull out front of the law office and then call the attorney and ask that you meet with him at a particular location nearby, such as a restaurant or whatnot. And then you go to the restaurant and sit down with him one-on-one. The moment you sit down with him, I'm going to walk in with the video camera, turn it on, and then you ask him those questions that you feel that you need answers to. We want to do this on record with you with the attorney. Now, my backup plan is, for some reason, the attorney doesn't make himself available to you, then we'll go inside the law office. I'll be with you. We'll go into the lobby area. You'll go up to the receptionist and say, you know what, I want to talk to the attorney, and I want to talk to him now. Otherwise, if I don't talk to him now, I'm going to file a complaint against him. And then we'll see what happens. If they tell us to leave, we'll have it documented. If he takes us in, I want you to demand that we're going to document this meeting. That way we can use that as evidence. So that's the plan, and that's what we're going to do.
Oh, you want to rush out?
How you doing?
Alright.
Is it just a visit or?
The alarm went off.
Oh, the alarm went off. That's right. Okay. Well, no, I'm just videotaping. But no.
Y'all selling? Is this your house?
Oh, yeah, this is my house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I just bought it, and I'm straightening up.
You bought it from somebody else?
No, yeah, I bought it from whoever was selling it.
Are these your possessions?
Yeah.
All right, man.
Okay. I know one thing, when it goes off, I don't have to worry about nothing, because you all going to be up.
Yeah. All right, then.
All right, thank you. Okay, so he caught up with me. I fell. Then he got on my back, and he was trying to put handcuffs on me. So he got the handcuffs on my left hand, and I kept my right hand under me. By this time, he grabbed my left arm, put it behind me. Then he pulled me up with my left arm, and he took it and put it all the way up. I mean, all the way up to, I can't put it back because it.
Okay.
I need
So,
surgery.
end result, what happened?
After that, then he called for backup.
Mm-hmm.
And when this guy came, I said, well, thank you, Jesus. I got somebody to help me now. And he just started tasing me.
So the backup showed up, and they, instead of helping you, they tased you.
He just jumped down and started tasing.
Okay.
And whenever he called for backup, then everybody knew where it was. And so the sheriff and 2 or 3 more deputies showed up at the house.
Mm-hmm.
And then the sheriff told him to take me to the office so he can find out what was, going on.
Is this a big county or a little county?
A little county.
Okay, so the sheriff is really close down towards the patrol area with the patrolman.
Yeah, he was off work. I think all of them was off work, but they knew where it was, what house
So
it
the
was.
sheriff showed up.
And 3 more deputies after that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
End result,
I'm not gonna.
yeah, you'll have. We're not going to go into details of that because really, it's obvious what happened. And an end result, were you ever charged with any crime?
No.
Okay. Did you even go to court?
No.
Okay. And were you incarcerated? Did you go to jail?
For about 20 minutes.
Uh-huh. Okay, and then when they were done with you, what did they say?
No, the sheriff came and picked me up
Uh-huh.
and carried me to the hospital.
Uh-huh. So the sheriff, at that point, were you free on your own and he was just taking you to the hospital?
Took me, yes.
Okay. And you were treated for injuries.
Yes.
We'll not go into the injuries right now, but what did the sheriff say to you about the conduct of the deputy?
That he was wrong. When I asked him to leave, he should have left right then. His conduct was wrong.
So the sheriff mortified the conduct of the deputy.
Yes.
I'm gonna put you in the pose. Get my shoe and my pocketbook. I ain't gonna do nothing. You made sure yet? Yeah. Took a load of it. Damn. Ow. Ow. Let's just It's me. Lay hand.
Larry, help me!
Come on.
Larry, help me!
Larry,
I
wait a
did
minute.
something, Larry.
Go ahead and get in the car and we'll talk. Get in the car. Go ahead and get in the car. Get in the car. Let him cook you.
Larry, I didn't do something.
Okay, we'll talk about it when we get to the stage. Yeah, I know. We'll talk about it when we get to the stage.
I just called him because I want him
Who
to
around here?
ask John to leave, Larry.
Where's he at now?
He's on the phone, and then he wanted to start that. I said, sir, I don't want to call no
I won't tell you nothing. I said,
No,
you
I
better
didn't.
say on you. She said, well, I know we got a person come around here.
Larry, I said, sir, you don't want to support
Just
nothing.
stay in the car. Whose had it? It was in the back seat.
You know I don't get in trouble, Larry. Larry, you know I don't. And I just want to thank God. I really want to thank you. That was
We'll talk about it when we get to the stage. Ain't no problem. Yeah, hold on. Let me get my light.
Yeah. My name is Greg Miller. I'm a investigative reporter with PCC News.
Yes, sir.
And I was, are you the chief of police?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I am doing an investigation involving Richland Police Department and Stewart County and also Lumpkin. And
Yes, sir.
the question I have is, do you remember Ryan Smith that worked here as a police officer?
Yes, sir.
And he was asked to resign or be terminated some time ago. Can you give me any details about the reason why?
This is way before my time.
Okay.
What I can do is we can go next door. You can speak to the mayor, and the mayor will probably be able to help you.
Okay.
Because, like I said, it's way before my time, and anything I know about it is the same thing that's on YouTube.
Okay. And I just dropped my business card, but that's okay.
Like I said, it's something that happened way before my time.
Okay.
So you'll have to set an appointment. The city hall is next door.
Okay.
You have to set up an appointment with the mayor, and the mayor will be able to explain that for you a little bit better.
Okay. I'll go ahead and give you a couple documents.
Open records request?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I can handle that. And I'll give you my business card.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you very much for your time.
No problem. Anything I can do for you, okay?
Have a good day.
Yes, sir. And do you want to set up an appointment and see the mayor?
I'm gonna try, but I'll be out of town tomorrow. But
Okay.
I'm going back to Tallahassee,
Yes,
so
sir.
I can probably stop on by.
Yeah, if you'll call up here during business hours and just ask for, you got the number to the city hall?
No, I don't, but I can get it.
229?
Okay, 229.
Yep. 838 4333. And his name is Charles Gibson. And he'll be more than happy to help you out with anything you can.
Okay, thanks.
All right? No problem.
Have a
Anything I
nice
can
day.
do for you, okay?
All right.
He told me today, he said the parts came in for the A-frame.
Okay.
The upper AR,
Oh,
he have it ready later.
Okay. Yes.
Come on.
Oh, I guess nobody was employed when Murphy was here.
I wasn't here. I was sheriff over in Webster County at that time.
What was the news that you heard about the incident involving Janice?
just hearsay. I mean, I didn't do any investigating on it or anything.
I'll show you the dash camera video. It was on
Who y'all with?
the police complaint center now in Tallahassee. I'll give you my business.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah. And we have a website too.
Very good, Clay.
Oh, I know it is.
Don't be out at Canyon Road, Georgia 1, south, Georgia 1 north, with 2 vehicles, 1038. First vehicle going to be a Honda Civic. Road comes to the grand board tag of 008 Queen Boy Palm. 1012 on the second vehicle.
How is this?
I think that is Ron Smith. He's the one that tased Wells. And that's Murphy. He just.
Did he actually shoot the taser, or what was he doing? Video was like,
It's the moment he pulls up, you see, I'm still getting used to Windows 8.
I hate it.
Oh, it's he pulls up, Murphy's already with her.
Yeah.
She's complaining and arguing with him. And he comes right up and just applies the taser.
And it sounds like he's got from what I'm hearing, it sounds like the cartridges off of it, and because it shouldn't be making that sound unless the cartridges got it. But that's what I'm hearing.
That is pretty loud for a taser.
Yeah. I can't say that that's what I'm hearing because I can't see it, so I don't know.
But I'm a retired police officer, and my training, you got to reassess everything as you go along.
Right.
And I would have got a police car, took a look. Okay, what's going on? All right, okay, maybe we do need a taser, but it doesn't appear that he even observed it.
Well, was there? I'm sure there must have been some radio contact.
There was a radio, according to the report, because he responded from Lumpkin,
right,
which is what, 8 miles
7
away,
miles,
7 miles away. So Murphy is, dealing with her. She's just being argumentative, not wanting to cooperate.
right.
But the whole problem was he placed her under arrest after he asked the name of the guy that she was with, and she didn't want to tell him. She's not.
What was the? I haven't even looked over the report. I've had several people ask me. I said, look, I think there's a report up there, but I couldn't tell you because I ain't even. All this happened, way before I.
Yeah, you're just looking at what's already. The only thing to do is just analyze it with your opinion.
Yeah.
Whether you thought, excessive force was used, but I think it was because the fact that she decided, she called the police to have somebody removed from her house. The police showed up. Murphy gets into kind of an argument with her. She changed her mind. She don't want police service no more. Leave. And Murphy says, "What's his name? You have to tell me his name, or I'll arrest you." She wouldn't tell him, so he arrested her for obstruction. Georgia law, I don't see how a person would have the duty to. You still got the right not to say anything.
Yeah.
You would say, "Hey, I didn't say."
Well, I know that all I can tell you is what my officers do under my supervision is if we're called to a place and we get there and say we've changed our mind, we don't need y'all, okay, we turn around and get the car and leave. We're on the radio that We got to the call and they changed their mind and don't want assistance and we leave it.
And then also they have to reevaluate this situation.
Well, I mean, when you walk up there and if you don't see any signs of struggle or anything like that, then yeah, if we see signs of struggle, then yeah, we might investigate a little further, but, you know, like I said, I don't know a whole lot about all of this. I wasn't here. I was in the next county sheriff at the time all that went on, so I couldn't.
So really the key person to talk to would be Larry Jones?
Probably.
Since he was there that night?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't even know, I don't know who.
Because it sounds like he's the only.
If he was there, then yeah, I definitely want to talk to him. Hello? Hey. Yeah, I got somebody in there. What you got? All right. Probably 10 or 15 minutes. Okay. All right. Love you too. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I would definitely, he would definitely.
Because like I said, I don't have any information on it. I haven't even read the incident report on it. And
so
I need to, because I don't, there was nothing that concerned.
So essentially everybody that was employed here is no longer employed here for whatever reason.
Right.
I mean, it's not like everybody.
The only one that I know of, how long ago was this been? I don't know.
A couple of years ago, the report.
It's been more than 2 years, because I've been here for 2.5 years.
2010.
2010. All right, so it's been 3 years. The only officer I still got that was probably here at that time was Officer Thurman, but obviously he wasn't on duty, so he wouldn't know anything about what happened.
Well, I'm definitely wanting to talk to Jones.
Yeah. If Jones was there, that would be who I'd want to talk to.
Let's see here. I don't know who your city administrator is. That's a freedom of information request. I would like to get Murphy's disciplinary file resignation, training records under the Open Records Act.
Let's see what I got on him. I'm gonna tell you, they wasn't good record keepers when I got sick.
You know, when you put it on standby, it actually resets it, so when I pulled it this way. Hey, how you doing?
All right, you.
Doing great.
All right.
I love the weather here.
Good.
At least for today.
Yeah, today is for the time being.
Wait till I get to Central Florida, it'll probably be muddy.
Just have a seat.
So, how's things going with you?
About what it could be expected, I reckon. Unconditioned could be better than the other hand, it could be a lot worse, so we won't complain.
I talked to the chief here and the chief in Richland. Of course, they both said they weren't here when it happened. They know all about it. It's all, he's all over YouTube and whatnot. And I wanted to get your take of the incident since she happened to be on duty that night.
Mm-hmm.
Did you actually see the patrol car cam footage?
Yeah.
Okay. You remember pretty well then, or?
Yeah.
So, given your professional opinion, how would you handle it if you were the one called out there?
Well, basically, I did handle it after.
I mean, after the fact, when if instead of Tim, because it was Tim Murphy that made first contact with her.
That's correct.
If you were Tim Murphy, what would you have done differently?
Well, based on the information from what I gathered, I didn't see any probable cause for him to try to arrest her in the first place.
But she didn't want to give up a name of a person that
Yeah.
she was conflicting with.
Yeah. No, well, actually, the person that was there was not the perpetrator. The perpetrator had already left the scene. And the guy that was there was a friend of hers, from what I understand. And she was trying to tell the police officer what actually happened. And he was trying to intervene, and she just told him to just shut up and leave. And he left, and after he left, from what I gather, that's when the police officer asked her who was that guy. And she didn't want to tell him who it was.
And she had every right to.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that, I mean, it clearly reflects that on the report that he ordered her to give up the guy's name, or she would be arrested. And then she was pepper sprayed. And that all went downhill there. The chief of Richland, and I don't know why my computer is acting like this. Told me he thought that the taser device was malfunctioned or some sort. To your knowledge, was the taser device working properly, or?
Well, it had been used before. Apparently, it had been used before I got there. When I got there, you know, the officer, if he was using it, he ceased before, you know, the time I arrived.
Because the video showed that he, I'm trying to restart. The video showed the patrol car video on, is it Ryan?
Yeah,
Ryan Smith. He's responding. Of course, he's 7-mile response with lights and sirens. Of course, that probably will feel like an extensive amount of time when you hear another officer say, I need some backup. Because, I mean, I was an officer too for about 10 years. And, but I also know, based on my training experience, that you have to constantly reevaluate the situation because things can change abruptly. And it looks like at the moment he parked the car, he just gets out and tasers her. And it appears that from the footage that, okay, Janice wasn't totally under control, but she wasn't fighting resistance. She was,
no, she just refused to get in the vehicle.
She was refusing, and he just walks up, bam. If you were the officer back, how would you do it?
Well, first of all, you know, I found out what the situation was all about and if she was hysterical, I tried to get her to calm down and talk to her and try to get her to cooperate and get in the vehicle, which that's what I did.
Okay. And since then, he's now employed with the
Chattahoochee County Sheriff.
Yeah, Chattahoochee County. Are they aware of his job history? Okay, and they choose to hire him anyways?
Yeah.
Is it because he's, you know, basically a good officer? Or
yeah, he's a good officer.
He just made
some
bad decisions
that particular time. And at that particular time, he was a rookie. He hadn't been in law enforcement very long. And so, you know, that's sort of understandable reason why he acted like that, because he don't, you know, hadn't had much experience.
I think he was just had an adrenaline rush and things was going too fast. He wasn't thinking
more or less,
And a more veteran officer would slow down and reassess. Of course, Tim, he seems like he's been around for a while. I mean, just
what the other officer, Murphy, Tim Murphy, that was the other police officer. I mostly blame what happened, the reason why it got out of control on him, because he was the officer in charge of the arrest or whatever the case may be. He should have immediately stopped the guy that came there to assist him. He, you know, was there to assist him, and Murphy just stood back and let him take charge.
Okay, yeah, I understand that, because I mean Smith is unaware of the circumstance.
What's going on.
All he knows is he's backing up an officer who's fighting with somebody. And so, I can see he's nervous. He's got probably tunnel vision from the adrenaline rush, moving too fast and not thinking on his feet.
He wasn't even brief on the situation. Like you said, said she was sitting in the car when I got there, and she wasn't out of control. She just refused to put either one or both of her legs wasn't inside the vehicle. And she refused to put a leg.
So she was passive resistant,
Yeah.
which basically it's a passive resistant. You just pick them up, get in the car. You don't need to pepper spray or tase. But the conduct by Murphy was unacceptable because he should have known legally.
Absolutely.
And my understanding is he works at a furniture store in Albany.
I don't know where he works at now. I know he left. He was either given the option to resign or be fired from the Richland Police Department. From what I understand, he left there and went to work for another law enforcement agency. And where he went from there, I have no idea.
Okay. Anything else you want to comment on or add? All right. I appreciate the opportunity to talk to you, and I know you got things going on. You probably got to eat lunch.
Yeah, and one other thing, once I got there and got the situation under control, I told Officer Murphy, after she went ahead and volunteered and went on and got in a patrol car, I just told her to take her up to the police station so I can call his supervisor, which was the chief of police. I believe Jim Edge was the chief of police at that time, so I can call him up there and let him know what's going on and what took place and whatnot. But instead of him doing that, he takes her directly to Sumter County, which that's where we house our prisoners. We don't have a jail in county jail, so we house our inmates over there. And he took us directly over there rather than carrying up to the police department, so we can actually find out what happened and get to the bottom of it. He took her over there. And shortly after he took her over there, Sumter County called and told us to come pick her up. And I told him to go pick her up, and he wouldn't go pick her up because she was having medical problems, whatnot, complaining about her.
So they told you guys to pick her up because they couldn't keep her.
No, because she was complaining about her shoulder.
But they couldn't keep her because she had injuries that needed treated.
Yeah.
And he refused to go back.
No, he wouldn't go, so I went over and got her and brought her to the hospital, and they did x-rays, and they found, I don't know, something was wrong with the shoulder.
Yeah, it was probably a difficult night for a lot of people, and definitely she's still, suffering.
Yeah, from what I heard.
But she's doing fine. I want to, it's a Freedom of Information request. I know you don't have the records on Ryan Smith and Tim Murphy because they were somewhere else, and I've already but if you have any particular records pertaining to this incident, we would like to have a copy of them. And other than that, I think everything's good to go. And once again, I appreciate your time.
Ooh, I don't know whether I did a report, but I don't know how to look it up.
Let's see. For some reason, it's not taking the picture. All right. I guess that would do it for now. I'm going to work on this computer. All right. Thank you very much.
You have the year and the dates on that? That would help me.
Oh, yeah. 4/27/2010 at 5:05 p.m.
What time?
It was like 5:05 p.m. I don't know.
Couldn't it
Take a
was
look
later
at
than that. It was later than that.
Yeah, because it was night. Maybe it was that was the print date. Incident code. Incident date 4/26/2010 at 23:10 at 629 East Board Street or Broad.
I'll see what I can find.
Alright, and feel free to, I'll give you my business card.
Okay.
You can call the 800 number on it, I'm extension 2. If you talk to Kamal, he's the expert witness, and it's actually his investigation. I do the field work for him.
Okay, where are we going with this thing? I mean,
I'm not sure. I work in a capacity of just gathering evidence and then reporting to Mr. Kamau, and then Mr. Kamau makes his recommendations. So really, it's up to him. If you want to call the 800 number, you can dial extension 1 or extension 3.
okay.
1 goes to his secretary, and 3 goes to his number,
Okay.
and then number 2 is mine. Thank you very much.
All right.
You have a wonderful day.
All right, you all too.
Are they closed? Yeah, I just want to talk to Ryan Smith.
He's out here somewhere. I hear him right now.
Oh, is that him?
Yes, sir.
Hi, y'all. Hi, you Ryan Smith?
I am.
Hi, my name is Greg Miller. I'm with an organization called Police Complaints.
Let me holler back at you. What now?
The Police Complaints Center. I'm doing the investigation on a complaint that was made with our organization. Remember Janice Wells?
Yeah. But I'm not going to talk to you.
You're not going to talk to me? Everybody else talked to me right down to the sheriff.
Well, that's fine. You can read everything. I'm not
I mean, we concluded that you may have made a poor decision.
Okay.
On this. You sure you don't want to talk about it?
I'm sure. I don't want to be videotaped either.
Well, we have the right to videotape, but we
Well,
won't.
we're on the sheriff's property, so y'all need to.
Yeah, it was public property too. You sure you don't want to talk about it? All right, have it your way. Our visit with the attorney yielded us a little bit of a surprise, and that we actually located him. However, the encounter wasn't exactly as pleasant as I thought it would be. What was your take on his situation?
I was just shocked because that was my lawyer. I felt like he just let me down. I was let down by the police department. He let me down, but I'm not going to give up. I am a fighter, and I'm going to fight to the end.
Out of all the people that you dealt with, was there anybody that at least treated you fairly?
No, nobody.
How about the sheriff?
Oh, Sheriff Jones, he was wonderful. If it hadn't been for him, I think I would have lost my mind that night. But he kind of helped me to pull myself back together.
So out of all the lawyers and police officers, you at least give him credit for his integrity and his professionalism.
Yes.
Okay. And what's your take of the work that policeabuse.com has done on your investigation?
If it were not for them, I would probably be just sick. I just searched and searched and searched until I found someone that could help me.
Was there anybody else that was even willing to help you, or could you even find anything that would have gave you?
No, I couldn't even find anybody at that time.
In a situation like this, how would you recommend policeabuse.com?
100%.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for allowing us to help you out. And it's definitely going to be an ongoing investigation. It may take some time, but we definitely have everything under control and look forward to seeing the justice that you deserve and need.
God, that is exactly what I want. I need a peace of mind. I need to put this behind me. And the only way I'm going to do this, I need to get justice from the whole thing, from my lawyer, from the police department in Stewart County.
So is this more, not necessarily that you want money, it's just that you just want justice done?
I want justice, a peace of mind. Money has never been an issue for me. Just a peace of mind. And I just wanted everybody to know how I was treated. If I can just help one person, then I've done my job.